Hello, and welcome to a journey with Misunderstood. I am celebrating close to a year in sobriety, and I'm really excited about that. I've been really studying some of the things that has kept me sober this long and looking at the healing process of the brain. So since I'm getting closer to a year in sobriety, I wanted to do my first PowerPoint presentation. I hope that you enjoyed. There's a couple grammatical errors and stuff like that, but I really hope that you can understand the information I'm trying to put forward. And this is what happens when you are recovering, okay? So some of the stuff we're going to talk about is the brain and how the brain heals itself and some of the triggers and how to avoid relapse and stuff like that. So healing the brain from substance abuse. Our brain takes a beating when we are abusing drugs and the things that's going on inside. So that's one of the things we want to talk about. Natural chemical balance. All of that is part of your brain healing and understanding the natural chemical balance of the brain, which is really important. So for me, using methamphetamines, I've learned that it takes about literally 365 days, a full year to heal, for the brain to heal itself. And that's why for me, this year is such a milestone. So natural chemical balance, regaining control of impulses. That's another thing that we are going to take a look at, because if we don't gain control over our impulses, then we are likely to relapse. So knowing some of the things that can cause that is really important. Regain control over emotions, which is self-care. How we are caring for ourselves, how we're, getting the right amount of sleep and diet. Those are other things that we are going to talk about and take a look at. So, and again, these are behaviors that I myself had to learn again, because methamphetamines, speeds everything up. I wasn't sleeping. There was a lot of things that I just was not doing. Brain cell regenerations. And that's, again, the brain repairing itself. I know about methamphetamines. That's what I'm recovering from. So brain cell regenerations is something. Sometimes it's hard to, it takes time. And for meth, it takes about a year. Okay, so natural chemical balance. Once balanced, the probability of regaining control of impulses, emotions, memory, thinking patterns, and mental health. Natural chemical balance starts with diet, limited stress, exercise, and adequate sleep patterns, which are all things. It's like you need all of those things to regain the natural chemical balance of your brain, help to control your emotions and things like that. So all of those things are important. I talk about meth a lot, but we go on binges where we don't sleep, and to relearn healthy sleeping patterns was really, really important. So again, the probability of regaining control of impulses, emotions, memory, thinking patterns, and mental health. That's where this all starts. Diet, eating a healthy diet and practicing, just starting to practice taking really good care of ourselves. Regain control of impulses. First thing is know your triggers. Knowing the triggers is the first step in avoiding relapse. I meant to put relapse there. And being able to control your behavior. Plan for your triggers. Practice meditation. Change the channel. Last but not least, be patient with yourself. And I am going to break all of that down for you, which is pretty self-explanatory, but plan your triggers. Plan for your triggers. So if you know that you're going to a social gathering and there's going to be alcohol there and you struggle with alcohol, plan for that. Already put in your mindset things that you can do to avoid things like that. And that could help. That could help avoid relapse just by a little bit of planning there. Okay, so that's part of knowing your triggers. And again, that is going to be the first step in avoiding relapse and being able to control your behavior, and it takes some planning. So it's a little bit of work involved there, and that's what I meant. So I put plan for your triggers. That's your social gatherings, maybe your time out with your friends, your family. Know what can trigger you. Practice meditation. I do Pilates. I know that yoga is good. Maybe I'm kind of weird with self-help books. I'm not going to get into that. But maybe some inspirational sayings or a TED Talk. Practice meditation. Spend some time with yourself and get in touch with your feelings and emotions, okay? So meditating can be really good in helping to calm your mind, calm your spirit, and just getting in touch with oneself. Change the channel. If something is triggering you, understand your mood, change the channel. And maybe you have experienced trauma in your life and you're watching a show that is making you think about some of those past traumas. It's okay to change the channel. It could be a YouTube channel. Maybe you're watching something and someone's talking about you and you're in the middle of being harassed by someone. Cyber stalking is really big these days. Change the channel. Do what you need to do to protect your energy and your emotions. Don't let other people influence that. Just simply change the channel. Don't worry about what's going on through social media, regardless if it's a television program or if it's YouTube. It's all the media. And be careful. Just be very mindful of how it's making you feel, especially when it's another person that is triggering you, which is what we're dealing with this cyber age. Okay, last but not least, be patient with yourself. These things take practice, and I had to learn these things, and I'm still learning these things, but it takes practice. So just be patient with yourself. Don't beat yourself up or be overly critical. Just know that it takes some time to relearn these behaviors or learn the behaviors. Regain control over emotions. So this all has to do with self-care. Lack of sleep impairs self-regulation, meaning you may have less control over your responses and emotions. For example, maybe you get a little snappy. Negative emotions can keep you from falling asleep and raising stress levels. Sorry about the errors there, you guys, but I did this on PowerPoint and I can't go back and change them, but you get the picture. Find activities you enjoy and incorporate them into your daily routine. For example, journaling. I love to journal. I use an app called I Am Sober. I'm not getting paid for any promotion, but I do use I Am Sober. And I use it to keep track of my days in sobriety, because again, I'm in recovery from methamphetamines, and I'm a stickler for journaling on my phone, and I do it the old-fashioned way. And it's helped me a lot to get in control over my emotions and stuff like that. So regaining control of emotions, and that has to do with how we care for ourselves, our self-care, and the things that we are doing to maintain a healthy lifestyle is going to keep our mental health in check as well. Again, lack of sleep impairs self-regulation, meaning you may have less control over your responses and emotions. You get snappy. Maybe you're snappier with your children when you don't sleep. It's natural, but try your best to practice healthy sleeping habits and patterns. Maybe try to go to sleep the same time each night. When I don't sleep, I feel like it's natural, but I can't function. Sometimes people are talking to me and I think I'm understanding them, and I'm realizing the other person is getting frustrated. So for me, sleep is really important. For everyone, sleep is really important. Sometimes we underestimate that. Negative emotions can keep you from falling asleep and raising stress levels. So that's where some of those habits can come in, like meditating, journaling. But if you are having negative emotions, it can keep you awake. We worry about things that hasn't happened yet. That's really common. So try to be mindful over your thoughts and these negative emotions, because sleep is really important, and we need our body to rest so we can fix the problems and things in our life and be able to communicate with people around us. Find activities you enjoy and incorporate them into your daily routine, i.e. journaling. That's something I also do. Pilates. I love yoga. Well, no. I like yoga. I love Pilates, but both are good. Some people golf, some do that, and it's not only great exercise, it takes care of the social interaction, and it's just healthy, but it anything to keep your mind off of things, and it's just a really healthy thing to do. You get some exercise and it's really good for your mind. So just find an activity that you enjoy and incorporate that into your lifestyle, and it will become a daily routine. Maintain healthy relationships. Really, really important. Find a trusted friend or loved one to confide in. Socializing can help in calming the mind and emotions. And as you can see, all these things interlap. All of these habits and behaviors, they link together. Socializing can help in calming the mind and emotions. It's one of the reasons I brought up golf. Okay. Distance contact would be recommended in certain situations rather than cut out completely. So when I was in the thick of my addiction, some of the friends and people that surrounded themselves around me weren't good for me. It was some situations was toxic. Regardless, I didn't tell anyone anything. Some people I just stopped calling, and the distance is what helped me. Some didn't realize it and some did, but that is important to maintain healthy relationships. People that's going to support your sobriety and encourage you, not make you feel their emotions or anger, things like that. You really want to maintain healthy relationships and have that person you can confide in that's not going to put all your business out on social media, that's not going to betray your trust. Sometimes people don't like when another person is trying to get better and they want to remind you of your past or call you things that it's going to trigger you. So just watch out for those kind of friends and get new friends that's going to encourage you. So it's really important that you can trust the person that you're confiding in and know if they're betraying somebody else's trust, there's a great chance that they will also betray yours. Just be mindful, and surround yourself with people that want to see you get better. And socializing, again, can help in calming the mind and emotions. Socializing could be go out, maybe enjoy a dinner, even if it's by yourself, you're still around people. Social gatherings, maybe a museum, go for a walk, find a walking partner, stuff like that. But social interaction really helps us to stay connected. We need each other and we don't live in this world alone. So a little bit of socializing can go a long way. And again, when you cut people out of your life that, as we call them, energy vampires, if they're not adding to our life, and we don't, if the phone rings and you're thinking, oh, that person's calling me again, maybe think about not answering the phone. And that's part of cutting a person out, distancing yourself from them rather than cutting them out completely and limiting the amount of time you spend with that person. Maybe you can't cut that person out of your life. Maybe it's a mom or a parent. But you could definitely regulate the amount of time you spent with somebody else. Practice mindfulness through meditation, 5 to 10 minutes to notice what your mind and body feels like and understanding your emotional habits. So meditation is a big one, to pay attention to what you are feeling like. What are you angry? Are you sad? Are you feeling hurt about something? Are you having reoccurring thoughts and memories? Just journal and meditate on some of those things, that it can help bring it to mind, and you can, work through those feelings. So practice mindfulness. Again, meditation helps with that, and pay attention to what your mind and body feels like. Pay attention to your emotional habits. Here is another one that's really important. Stop suppressing and start reappraising. Suppression means when you stop yourself from feeling emotions. When you do this, the emotion usually returns stronger. Reappraisal is changing the way you think about a negative emotion before having a response. Okay, so again, when we suppress things, it doesn't go away, and when it manifests itself again, usually it comes back stronger than it was before. So stop suppressing and start reappraising. So don't stop yourself from feeling certain emotions, but reappraise it, evaluate it, see where it's coming from, and what you can do about it. So that way it's not just sitting in your head manifesting, because a lot of times it comes back stronger, and that can be really scary. So journaling, practicing mindfulness, and really paying attention to how your body feels, that's what's going to help you. And that's what I mean by reappraising. Prevent emotional outbursts. The best way to manage emotional outburst experiences through regular practice of prevention. A healthy relationship with your emotions is more likely to make challenging times easier by preventing tense emotional interactions. So preventing emotional outbursts. And I just say, so practicing regular practices of prevention would be part of distancing yourself from people that trigger negative emotions, paying attention to your emotions, and being mindful of what you feel like, and having a healthy relationship with your emotions. So don't suppress your emotions. It's helpful not to suppress your emotions, because a lot of times when you suppress your emotions, they come back stronger once they manifest themselves again. So have a healthy relationship with how you feel. Allow yourself to feel and evaluate that. And that's going to help you prevent emotional outbursts. So again, the best way to manage emotional outbursts experiences through regular practice of prevention. Neuroplasticity. Neural pathways, brain cell regeneration can recreate themselves, regeneration over time. That's part of the healing process of the brain that I was talking about earlier. Notwithstanding the window of brain degeneration with natural aging process. So we're not talking about what happens when you age. That's a natural process. We're talking about through substance abuse and harming the brain. So not talking about the natural aging process. Okay. Neuroplasticity is the process that allows the brain to continue to function after the neural pathways are damaged. Example, learning to use your left hand after your right hand has been damaged. So the brain is a powerful organ, and that's what I mean by that. Okay. And again, that's neuroplasticity. Our neural pathways, brain cell regeneration. The brain can recreate themselves regeneration over time, notwithstanding the window of brain cell degeneration with the natural aging process. And again, when one part of our body is damaged, then we learn to use the other part to overcompensate, to compensate for, the loss or the damage. And that's what's going to help. So we all have to age. We all age, and there's going to be some brain cell degeneration there. But once you add substances, that your brain needs that time to heal. And again, I am recovering from methamphetamines, and I know after studying that it's going to take me a year. It's going to take my brain a year, and it's a long recovery process, but it's so worth it. And I feel so much better. I can already tell I'm close to a year, and all you got to do is just hang in there, one day at a time. I hope that this helps. Thank you for joining me, and please like, comment, feel free to share. I do respond to all of my comments, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.